Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company is likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for it.
So you're sorry, not necessarily because you really care, but because it's affecting you now. That's the only reason why you are sorry right now, and that's the only reason why you regret it, because now you are personally getting affected.
They literally cut my food stamp card off. Zero balance. They took everything.
Oh, Methany. That's terrible. Wait. This you?
Trump promised lower prices. What happened? My whole church was relying on President Trump to lower prices. He lied to us. What kind of Christian lies like this? A man that's not a Christian. What the fuck?
Today's video, the MAGA community are crashing out and are spiraling in a big ball of regret right now.
I wish I never voted for Trump. I wish you never did either, bitch.
Get your popcorns. We're going to be looking at a couple of their crash out videos on TikTok. So first we're going to be starting with this amazing lady here who her family cut her off after they found out that she voted for Trump. And she cried on TikTok.
This is my last political post, okay? I'm gonna lay it to rest. Let me just tell you guys, I'm not crying happy tears. I'm not gonna be apologetic for being excited, because if it was the other way around, all of the Kamala supporters would celebrate. I wanna say that first. I'm very relieved because I voted what I believe in, and I felt heavy on my heart that it's the right thing. So knowing that it was the decision the American people made, I'm relieved and I'm very happy. Very, very happy, okay? It's the very first day of finding out the election results. All of us are happy. I'm very happy. But I'm not going to continue to post about it. But I'm also not going to be sorry about it. And I always talked about how my family... Sorry.
Here comes the waterworks.
I don't want to make this more than once. I always talked about how my family had different beliefs, my grandma and my mom and my sister, and how we always got along.
Aww. So it was so good what you and your family had going. You then started thinking, how exactly can I ruin this good thing we have going?
And I wore my grandma's sweater to go vote, and I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cry, okay? But my heart's broken.
Try not to cry.
Yeah, try it. My grandma just sent me a very sad text. It broke my heart.
I too would be pissed if I found out that not only did you vote against my best interest, you wore my sweater when you were going to vote against my best interest.
And my mom has yet to text me back today.
Am I real?
My point of making this video is to say that I am very happy, and I expressed how happy I was. And I'm not going to be sorry for that. I'm completely heartbroken that my family is taking it how they are. I never did this to them when Biden won.
I personally don't think it's the same thing.
Never. But I am done with political posts. From here on out, it's back to normal. If you don't like me because of who I voted for and you have to unfollow, go ahead. My own family unsubscribed from my life, so you can too. I promise. It doesn't get worse than that.
I don't know about any other person, but I genuinely believe that cutting people off, whether they're family or not, because of their political stand, is a very valid reason. Because some of these places that these people be standing politically and what they believe in and the things that they are voting for, if they would affect you negatively, I believe it's a genuine, legitimate reason to cut them people off, because you are after my life, basically. When you uphold immoral values or values that are going to bring harm to other people, and then you get shocked that these people, that the values you hold on to hurt or are going to hurt, decide to cut you off, like, I personally don't understand. Like, what don't you get? The light is on but nobody's home. It would never stop being insane to me coming by a woman who voted for Trump, because not only is this man allegedly an SA,
moved on her and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and her. She was married.
Huge news, Sarah.
No, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was marriages, and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married. Then all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just, like, I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. Do anything.
Pull the ham.
when you even listen to how he spoke about his daughter, I'm like,
her. She's really a beautiful baby. She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell. Said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
By the way, your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
It's
She's tall.
unbelievable.
She's almost 6 feet tall.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say but I can't relate that.
Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, "Yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, you know, her father."
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
that is insane. How can you as a woman vote for someone like this? And then when you add on top of it the fact that, you know, a part of his policies is taking some of your rights away as a woman, and you as a woman have decided, yes, I'm going to vote. Like, I don't get it.
They literally cut my food stamp card off. Zero balance. They took everything.
Oh, Bethany. That's terrible. Wait. This you? Well, I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. Methan, who's looking dumb now? Voted for that man, and now you have concepts of food, benefits, cash, and childcare. Being 0 for 4 is crazy. It's crazy because you were so happy that Trump was back in office. Boo, is this you? Not a brain cell or a tooth in sight. Less teeth than JLo's vocals in her songs. Like, what is going on? Looked around and now you're finding out. All I can say is I hope you've still been practicing it. In case you're wondering, practicing for what? Again, I ask, is this you? Well, girl, get ready to do something strange for a piece of change. Hope this... Peace and love. Talk to you later.
2025 is going to be a very long year. I'm just going to be over here sending concepts of thoughts and condolences, thoughts and tariffs. Oh my goodness. I should not be laughing because this doesn't affect only the MAGAs, right? It affects everybody, but the MAGAs, whew, they are killing me.
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company's likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for it.
So you're sorry, not necessarily because you really care, but because it's affecting you now. That's the only reason why you are sorry right now, and that's the only reason why you regret it, because now you are personally getting affected. It's very sad that some of us are like this. That's the only way some people care about a situation is only when they are getting affected by said situation.
I grew up Republican, and it's all I've ever known, but now I can see that me and my whole family have been very wrong about this. So we hope that 2026 comes and we can take back the House and the Senate and stop him from what he's doing. There's a special election coming up in Matt Gaetz's district, and we're going to do everything we can to advocate for a Democrat taking that seat.
So I'm in Walgreens, and there's this guy in front of me who's all decked out in his MAGA gear. The one with the daddy's home, you know, with the fist in the air. Anyway, he's there with his MAGA hat on and his Trump shirt, and he's getting his prescriptions. So the lady behind the counter that's helping him lets him know, "Sir, I've noticed that you have TRICARE as your insurance, and I'm just letting you know you should be getting a letter in the mail that we are no longer going to be contracted through them at the end of this month." He said, "What do you mean?" We got Selfridge right down the road. What do you mean you ain't going to be contracted through no veterans insurance? And she said, "Sir, there are a whole lot of administrative changes that are going to be going on, and Walgreens, the company, is unsure of what contracts through the VA, what contracts for the military are going to be revised or pulled." She says, "Now, I'm sure there are other pharmacies such as CVS or mail-in pharmacies such as Express Scripts that will still honor your insurance. But as far as Walgreens, we will not." And boy, did this man get so mad. He didn't understand what was going on. So she broke down to him what was happening. She's like, you know, he's talking about getting rid of VA hospitals. He's getting rid of possibly disability for veterans, or putting a 10-year max cap on that. And it's going to be an extremely hard process to even be approved for that. So this guy, he's just like staring at her, and he goes, "Well, shit, I don't know what I'm going to do." He said, "You know, the only thing that I live off of right now is my VA and my Social Security." And she just kind of looked at him, and I looked at him, and I said, "They're going to be taking your Social Security too." And I looked down at his shirt, and I looked back up at him. I said, "You know, from one veteran to another, Daddy doesn't give a fuck if you have your medicine or not. He really doesn't. He doesn't care that you served. He deferred his freaking draft 4 times because his feet hurt. I mean, what do you expect from the guy?" "Well, Republicans are supposed to be all about their military." I said, "This is not about Republicans and Democrats, sir. There's Republicans, there's Democrats, and then there's MAGA." And I said, "And unfortunately, you're all a part of the MAGA." I said, "Hey, you voted for him. You fucked around, and now you're gonna find out." And I kind of feel bad because his face was just so like this was the first time he ever heard this. This was the first time he was ever hearing that as a veteran, his benefits, his security is being threatened, that his Social Security is being threatened. Like, where the fuck are these people staying? Where are they at? Like, living under a rock? I don't get it. But anyway, that's my story.
So basically, he did not, all the while he was championing this person, deciding he's the right person, he did not even know the policies this person was going to enact. He did not know what this person really stood for and the decisions they are saying they are going to make. They were not listening, or was he going through one ear and then coming out of the next? And now he's finding out, oh, there is more to this age that I probably should have checked out. But it's too late. I can't get myself to feel bad for people like this because he effed around and he's finding out, right? But the sad part is there are people who did not vote for this person, but they are going to have to bear the consequences for the actions of the people like him who did, right? Who are going to suffer for the next 4 years because these mofos did not really listen to the things this man said he was going to do, or they thought he was not really going to do it. Like this farmer who knows that Trump said that he's going to be deporting immigrants, but still decided to vote for Trump, even though 50% of the workers on his farm are immigrants.
You have a lot of faith that they're not going to do what they're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking. So we have to trust in our officials that are put in place.
They have to trust in their officials, he said. Trust that what exactly? That they want to do what they promised they will do? Because the person you just elected into power has told you that he's going to send back home illegal immigrants. So what are you trusting in exactly? That he won't live up to his promise, which, by the way, he's already started doing. And I wish I can hear back from this guy to hear what exactly he would have to say about the fact that Trump is doing what he said he would do. Like, what kind of businessman don't know that they should take seriously the policies that the government is saying that they are going to enact or uphold or whatever? Like, I get it. There are times that these people come out and say stuff that they never see through, but there are some things that you would hear these people say that you should not even be interested to take the risk to try and find out whether they are serious or not, or whether or not they are really going to enforce these things or not, or enact these things or not. Like, it's just supposed to be so scary that you don't want to risk it.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be getting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. Where I work at, a lot of Latinos did not go to work. And that's crazy because we have a living too. I hate that I voted for him. Now I'm so scared for my family and y'all's family. Y'all, we need to come together and do something about this.
Is this a joke? Maybe this is a joke. Is this satire? So I actually went on her page and it seems from the look of things, she's actually being serious, guys.
Okay, I have time today. I was scrolling down through these comments. It's over 2K of comments of negative and positive comments, if you really want to talk about it. I'm the type of person, I'm not going to reply to every negativity y'all want to say and try to bring down one another. And this give you what type of character, how people are in real life. It doesn't matter who you voted for. They both was full of shit of presidents. Don't matter what, people can go through politics. I don't want to go down that route with y'all because I don't have time for the negativity like that, because my people are going through the situation, not y'all.
But whose fault is that though? Who voted for them to go through it? Who voted for the person who had said that he's going to make your people go through it? You did that. That's literally what you voted for.
So y'all can go whatever y'all want to say. I don't care. God bless you. We're supposed to be here for one another, lift each other. What's wrong with y'all? Sick.
Wow. Just wow. Oh my goodness, you really can't make this ish up.
I regret voting for Trump. It's honestly one of the biggest things that I regret of my entire life, because I voted for Trump in the Trump versus Hillary election. It was actually my first election, and I was super, super excited to vote. I voted for Trump basically because my religion told me that unless I voted Republican, I was going to hell. I was also going to a deeply religious college. It was a Christian fundamentalist college, and they had brought in Republicans that entire year to come speak to the students. They said that really as Christians, we can only vote pro-life, and so they would say even though he might not follow some of the Christian pathways that we like to see or Christian values, we have to vote for him because he says he's a Christian and he's pro-life. And that if you do not, and that if you vote for Hillary, basically the whole world will go to shit.
And that's something else that we see happening here in Nigeria. We have a good number of Nigerians that are a fan of Trump for the singular reason that the man is a Christian. I mean, I'm no longer religious, even though I was born into a Christian household, a Catholic household to be specific. I've left, right? I'm no longer Christian, I'm no longer religious. But even I can look at that man and go like, I see absolutely nothing Christ-like in the man. I don't understand why you guys are a fan of him. But, you know, there are a lot of Christians, even in Nigeria, that are a fan of the guy. Maybe even Muslims, I don't know. But there are a lot of Nigerians that are a fan of the guy for the singular reason that he's a Christian and he hates the gays. That's it. They don't care, for the most part, about any of the other stuff he said. Even though this man has said and done some very outrageous things, they don't care because he's Christian and he hates the gays. That's their priority. And just to be clear, this is not me saying all Christians, because of course not. There are Christians who they don't stand with the guy, right? But there are a good number of them who do, who would want to even convince you as to why you should see reason with them and be a fan of him as well. And I've met a good number of them in real life. Crazy. And yes, just as it is right now that people are talking about how the MAGA people are finding out the hard way and are regretting their actions, there are a good number of Nigerians who are regretting the fact that they was once a fan of the guy, because now it's dawning on them that the things that he stands for and his policies are actually going to cause harm. And one that they are finding out right now that even Nigerians are going to get affected by, hell, Africans in general are going to get affected by this, is the his decision to put a stop to AIDS for the H to the I to the V disease. I'm presently censoring because I don't know what the problem is. Lately, YouTube just be having issue with me saying that word, mentioning that disease. They be talking about how I'm spreading misinformation for literally just mentioning the disease. Not that I'm speaking against any of the things that health professionals have said about the disease or what the WHO have said. All I did was mention it like in passing, like I'm mentioning it right now in passing in this video. And YouTube is like, yep, misinformation. Then they took down the video, gave me a warning, promising to give me a strike the next time I would spread misinformation. I'm like, what do you mean? I did not even say anything. It is well indeed. Now, wow. But anyways, let's get back to the video. At the end of the day, regardless of where you are located, it seems like all of us go collect one shape or form.
Unwarranted or misguided hate towards a group of people that have done nothing to you will always lead in your detriment. No be cause, no be swear, it's just fact. If there's one thing about me, I love to tell Nigerians I told you so, even if no be me talking, because I'm very sure that someone told you. But you were so guided and blinded by hate that you refuse to listen. With your lack of knowledge about how the government, policy making and implementation works, you thought that that balding white orange will come and be your messiah simply because you heard he is also a Christian. You wanted him to get into power. Talking about some, oh, he will come and make things right again. Celebrating because he said there are only two genders. Thinking that he was only going to attack queer people. But now you have carried all the funding and go. You have stopped all the funding. And now you are shaking in your boots because you realize it's not just going to affect only the queer people. It's going to affect everybody. Old people, disabled people, children, victims of abuse. Do you know how many people, do you know how many NGOs are being funded by the US? Do you know the amount of people that could, if not already, have started losing their lives simply because these fundings have been pulled out? But no, now, he's here to save you people. He's here to validate your hatred. So keep supporting him from the sidelines simply because you believe both of you share the same religious beliefs. Because time and time again, history has proven to us that that is a wonderful yardstick to measure if someone is a good person or capable of being in power. Everybody will what? Collect.
So yeah, even Nigerians are finding out, Africans are finding out, and it's crazy because it doesn't matter if you were a fan of the guy or if you were anti the guy, everybody go collect.
All the I will forgive a cheating man people. Hope you guys are hearing now. Donald Trump is no longer sending any aid for 90 days, right? There's been a halt to the US foreign aid, including HIV treatment programs in Nigeria. So the hour I will forgive a cheating partner, or it rains everywhere, every man cheats. They are no longer giving drugs for free in the future, allegedly. If you like, you forgive it. HIV treatment will no longer be free. Oh. So just in case it excites you that, oh, if he gives you, that man can give you and afford to pay for his own treatment. You that don't have a job, sure, can you pay for your own treatment, Abby? And even if you have a job, do you want to dedicate your own whole money paying for treatments that you did not even enjoy the fornication or the adultery? Someone else went to go and fornicate and came back and gave you, and you will not spend your money on treatment. A word is enough for a while, so before we do you adieu mama again.
I was also kind of groomed growing up to never vote for a woman because I was taught complementarianism, which means that women are supposed to submit to their husbands and to men in general. And they would tell us about Jezebel, who's this horrible queen in the history of the Bible. And then they would say that Jezebel or someone like Jezebel is going to return in the end times. And so people were saying that was Hillary. And people were like, yeah, she might be acting nice now, but if she gets elected, a woman will be the downfall of the United States, and Christians will be persecuted, and all of your family and friends that are Christian are basically going to be unalived. There was so much fear and control in my brain that I did not vote for Trump in the primaries. I knew that I did not want to vote for him, but I felt like my religion was more important to me because I was so scared of hell. And so I do not really think I had a choice. And you can say, yeah, nobody can see you in the ballot boxes, but I was convinced that I would go to hell immediately if I did that, and that my family and friends would be destroyed if Hillary won.
Now, this is very sad. The power of indoctrination. As someone who was once a Christian, I understand very well exactly where she's coming from. Because the fear of hell, really, what that can make you do. And the church uses that a lot to control people and make them make certain decisions. So I understand very well where she's coming from. Good for her for being able to see the light even while still being religious. Not many can do that. So kudos to her, I would say. On that note, we've come to the end of this video. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. Let's continue this conversation there. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Finally, our country is going back to normal again. No more DEI, no more CDC. Everything is going right back to where it belongs. Thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy Trump.
I just got laid off. They fired me. I got fired for being a woman. You know, they said because I'm pregnant, I can't work there anymore. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to affect me. He sent me signals. He told me because I believed in him, it would only affect them. It wouldn't affect people like me.
Finally, we are clearing the country out of all these non-Americans. Let's go. Let's make America great.
Just got these immigration papers in the mail. My husband was born in Poland. But they're trying to take him away. This isn't supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. Not to people like me. Not to people like me.
You care about wokeness and feelings. I care about things that matter, like grocery prices. Finally, cheap eggs are back, baby. Cheap eggs.
Just went to the grocery store, and eggs have tripled in prices. I don't have a job anymore. My husband's getting deported. How am I supposed to feed my kids?